everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. And I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. And today's video, I want to share with you how I'm going to be making these single mold wax melt samples. So I got these from Jeff Stanley's candle supply shop online called West Sound Candle Supply. I will have it linked in the description box below in case you want to check it out. I actually was used to ones that were smaller than these before in the past. These are actually double the size of what I used to do, but I still like these for samples and the purpose that I'm using them for. So the first thing that I needed to do was just get my formula down for these because I am going to be pouring about 25 of each scent. So what I needed to do first is figure out the fill weight. So these are 1 ounce clamshell molds, but it's not going to hold 1 ounce of wax. So what I decided to do, and let me bring the camera a little bit closer so you can kind of see this. So what I did was I just put the clamshell mold on the scale and I pressed the tare button, which essentially just canceled out the weight of the clamshell mold. And then I poured water up until right before it was to the top. I did leave a gap right there, and that's just because I don't want my customer to open it up and have it be kind of like spilling out on the top. So I want to leave a little bit of a gap from there. So when I weighed that out, it was 20 grams of water weight. Now there is a difference in density between wax and water, so you can't just use 20 grams of wax and have it be the same. It's going to come out different. So I had to do the calculation between the density of wax and water. So that is what I'm going to walk you through right now. So what I found is that if there's 20 grams of water that can fill up this clamshell mold up until my desired level, and I want to have a desired fragrance oil percentage of 13%, this is how I would go about the equation. So I take that 20 grams of water weight, I multiply it by 0.86. That 0.86 is the difference in density between the wax weight and the water weight. This is a very simple and easy equation that you can do, and I wish I had known this all these years, but I just recently started doing it. It's very simple and easy to do. And that gives us our new wax fill weight number of 17.2 grams. Now I do like to round down to 17 grams because I don't like decimals, so we're gonna throw that decimal point out of there. And I am going to start my equation for 1 clamshell mold. This is for 1 clamshell mold. 17 grams of wax divided by 113%. That 13% is coming from right there. If you need a more in-depth on candle math, I do have a video I can link above so you can understand that a little bit more. But that gives us 15. This 15 grams is our new wax weight, and we're just going to find the difference between the fill weight and the wax weight to find our fragrance oil weight. So 15 grams wax weight, 2 grams fragrance oil weight, 15 plus 2 is 17. 2 divided by 15 is 13%. So we are going to be having a total fill weight of 17 grams with a ratio of 13% fragrance oil to the wax. Now I'm just gonna take it a step further and make 25 of these at a time. I don't wanna just make one at a time. I wanna try to get more than that done. So we're gonna do 25 at a time right now. So all you do, it's really easy. You just take your 2 numbers, which are how to make one of these, and you're gonna multiply them by how many you wanna make. 2 times 25, 50 grams of fragrance oil. 15 times 25, 375 grams of wax. So it's just taking this number and this number, multiplying it by how many you wanna make. Now these are our new totals right here. I really hope I didn't lose too many of you on that math portion just now, but for those of you that are still watching, I went ahead and laid out all 25 of these 1 ounce clamshell molds. I also went and measured out the fragrance oil as well. So this is 50 grams of this fragrance oil that we're gonna be using. And now I'm gonna take you over to my candle pouring station where my digiboil is, and we are going to be measuring out 375 grams of wax, and I'm going to pour in that 50 grams of fragrance oil to get it all mixed together. All right, so what I just did was I heated up both my pouring pitcher and my piston funnel with a heat gun just to make sure that it's warmed up and ready to go. Put this on the scale, press tare, and now we are going to be measuring out 375 grams. Perfect. Now I'm going to pour that in, start stirring. I also will most likely add in a disclaimer when I'm going over the math portion, but something I realized I didn't say out loud was that the 13% is not standard, and this formula doesn't mean that you need to do the exact same formula. You need to go based on the wax that you're using and the percentage that your wax can hold. My wax, which is TW30, which is in here, it can hold up to 18%. So the 13% is no big deal. I just had to throw that in there just so you know that you can do your own formula based on your own wax and all that. You don't have to do just what I'm doing. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is not knock that over. I'm going to pour in all of this wax into my piston funnel. So I'm just gonna get started with putting a little bit in each one. This is my first time pouring these, so I have a tendency to over pour. So I'd rather under pour and then go through at the very end and kind of add a little bit to all of them, or just the ones that are a little bit lower. And if you're curious about this piston funnel, I do have a video about it, about how I clean it. That's typically the #1 question I get when I use this. And I more recently, in the past, I would say 4 to 6 weeks, started using this very consistently in my candle business. Although I have had it for quite some time, I just never used it because I thought that it wasn't that efficient and it wasn't as quick as me just pouring out of the pouring pitcher. But it definitely helps a lot because you spill way, way, way less. You still can, but you spill way less and you're way more precise and accurate. All right, and that is it. They are all poured. I did not have enough to pour the last one, so that is something I'm learning, that I over poured and under poured some of them, but it's okay. They're just samples, so it really doesn't matter if they're not poured perfectly for all of them. It's just so the customer is able to get an idea of what it smells like so that they can purchase a larger order. That's really just what the whole purpose of samples are. So if you enjoyed this kind of video, make sure to leave this video a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandleCo, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.